If you own a home in Texas, there's only one thing you don't want to forget to do, but some of you forget to do this. File your homestead exemption so that you can save big on your property taxes. We're explaining what a homestead exemption is in today's video, how it works in Texas and here in New Braunfels, and we're going to answer some pretty common and critical questions at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to the very end. What is homestead exemption and who's it for? Homestead exemption reduces the taxable value of your home, which reduces your property taxes, which means you save thousands of dollars. Homestead exemption is for your primary residence, not for a rental or vacation property. So investors, you are not allowed to apply and get a homestead exemption. It's just for those primary residences, those folks who actually live in their home. There are several homestead exemptions in Texas and one pretty unique one in one of our school districts in New Braunfels. First, and this is the biggest one, the general homestead exemption reduces your taxable value on your home by, get this, $100,000. The state increased the general homestead exemption a couple of years ago from $25,000 all the way up to $100,000. Second, there's the over 65 or senior citizen exemption, and this is for persons 65 or older, and this exemption reduces your taxable value by $10,000. There's the disabled person exemption. This is for homeowners with a disability. This reduces your taxable value by $10,000. One important note here, you cannot combine the over 65 exemption with this exemption, but you can use whichever one benefits you most. There's the disabled veteran exemption. Veterans with a service-related disability are eligible. The amount of your exemption varies based on your disability rating. If you're 10 to 29% disabled, you get a $5,000 exemption. 30 to 49% disabled, you get a $7,500 exemption. 50 to 69% disabled, you get a $10,000 exemption. 70 to 99% disability, you get a $12,000 exemption. And 100% disabled veterans or their surviving spouses are completely exempt from property taxes on their primary residences. There is the surviving spouse exemption. Spouses of a deceased disabled veteran who qualified for the 100% or received the 100% property tax exemption on the homestead, now their surviving spouses get that full property tax exemption as well on their homestead, as long as the surviving spouse lives in the home and does not remarry. There's the surviving spouse exemption for first responders. Surviving spouses of a first responder killed in the line of duty are eligible and get a full exemption from property taxes on the homestead. There's a tax ceiling or frozen school taxes exemption, and folks who are 65 or older or disabled are eligible. This freezes the amount of school district taxes at the level of the year that the homeowner turns 65 or becomes disabled. Even if property values, let's say, increase, your school taxes will not rise unless you make improvements to your home. Here's the unique exemption. If you live within the boundaries of Comell Independent School District, you get an additional local school homestead exemption of 20%. So easy math here. Let's say you purchase a house for $400,000 flat. You apply that 20% to $400,000, and now your new taxable value becomes $320,000. That's an $80,000 savings on taxable value. Just a reminder, we're dropping new videos like this one about what it's like to live in New Braunfels every week, so make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated. There are two ways you can apply for your homestead. One, you can simply walk into your appraisal district, or two, you can apply online. Very important here, the address on your driver's license must match the address of the homestead that you're applying for. Your appraisal district will tell you it's ideal to have your new license with a new homestead address on it at the time you apply for the homestead exemption, but it's not required. You can have identification like your old license as long as you have your new license with your new homestead address at the time your homestead is approved by your appraisal district. My recommendation is that after you close on your house, immediately go apply for your homestead. And then right after that, go apply for your new driver's license with your new address. because that's going to take a few weeks. Your homestead will take up to 90 days to process. So while you're waiting for your license, your homestead is processing on its way to processing, and by the time it's approved, you will already have your new driver's license. And once your homestead is approved, your county appraisal district will send you the approval letter by mail. Here are some common and important questions that property owners ask, and this first one confuses a lot of people, so let's try to clear this up right here. Let's say you live in Guadalupe County and your school district is Comel Independent School District. When you go apply for your homestead, you go apply with your home county appraisal district, not also your school district. You only apply for one homestead, and that's with the home county appraisal district. Your home county appraisal district, Guadalupe County in this example, will recognize that you're within Comel ISD, and also in this case recognize that you get that 20% homestead exemption. They'll see that and apply it for you and send that tax information to Comel County Tax Office. So see, you do none of the work. Your home county appraisal district does the work for you. Another common question, does my spouse have to be on the homestead as well if they're not on title? Yes, your spouse must be on the homestead with you because Texas sees you as joint or as one. Now, let's say your spouse owns another homestead. That homestead would have to be removed before processing your new one, or your new one gets processed at only 50%. Here's another one. If a child and a parent own a property together, your appraisal district will split the value in half. Each person will get their own exemption on their portion of the value. So you'll have two separate tax bills. And the reason it's split in Texas is because the parent will turn 65 before the child does. And that's when that over 65 exemption kicks in. That's Homestead Exemption 101 in Texas and in New Braunfels. If you have any questions, please share them in the comment section below so we can all benefit from the Q&A. And if you haven't already, please, please, please go right away, right after this video, go apply for your Homestead Exemption. And if you you're thinking about moving to New Braunfels, of course, I'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.